guys! Welcome to Broforce 5, and today we are doing a reaction video to some new gaming system from Google called Stadia?
I've heard a couple of things about this. Kevin hasn't, so I tried to bring him in on this blind as I could. So we're going to try and do a reaction to the live stream that just came out. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick reaction to the live stream that came out yesterday, the 19th of March.
Sync.
Actually.
Could they do intro?
Oh, is this it?
Oh, this is it.
Okay.
Back up.
Alright, finally!
Go!
Finally happened. Alright.
Bum, bum, bum. This looks like graphics to me, man.
I think it is. I think it has to be. Look at the tire on that. That real.
It's pretty good, though.
Arc Aberration is all that made me think of. Halo. Skyrim.
Forenza, Dark Souls.
Yeah. We're here! We're right here!
Show it!
Please welcome to the stage the CEO of
turn it up if you
Google,
want to.
Sundar Pichai.
Sundar
Pichai. And we should have listened closer now. I feel like we're being racist.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. Thank you all for joining us. I suppose I should start out with a confession. I'm actually not a big gamer, though I do play FIFA 19 quite a bit. And
EA does not
really
make you a
enjoy
gamer.
how
Sorry,
immersive it is. Also play Ashes cricket quite a bit. And for those of you who are wondering what cricket is, it's kind of like baseball, but better.
It's a phone company.
Yeah.
Another little known fact is that Google makes arguably the most played game on the internet today. It's the Dino Chrome game, mostly played when there's
You're
no
right.
internet
I
connection.
honestly play that so much.
I've never
Not gonna
played
talk
that.
to you about
Really?
the high quality graphics.
If you
and
don't have internet
sophistication.
and it shows that little dinosaur, if you push the spacebar, it'll play
We
that
just have a
game.
lot of
Oh,
players
what?
and it probably got more
I
hours.
didn't even know
than
that.
catch
I've
up.
never tried it.
Now you have to.
While I'm not
Yeah.
a big gamer, for example, when we launched Chrome a decade ago, we envisioned that it could be a modern platform for web applications and bring the power of web to everyone, including
You said it was 10 years ago.
What was?
Chrome.
There's no way. Nah. That said, I did just starting using it like 4 years ago. I was a sad slow boy.
He might be right. I'm sure he's right.
I mean, he has to be. He's kind of presenting it.
Yeah, I would hope he's right.
Some of you
Let's
guessed.
Google against his facts. Let's use his
Headline,
own
blah blah blah, what's wrong?
Use his own company to take him down.
I'm sure he was right.
Most likely.
Extreme high fidelity graphics or a low latency network. We learned that we could bring a AAA game to any device with a Chrome browser and an internet connection, using the best of Google.
Me and the dude at college was talking about trying to do this. Damn it.
And when we say
Too
best
late,
of
man.
Google,
Too late.
it
Hey,
always
sign into
starts
Google,
with
but like, we already thought of this.
networking infrastructure. Our custom server hardware and data centers can bring more computing power to more people on planet Earth than anyone else. Today, we are in 19 regions and in over 200 countries and territories, connected by hundreds of thousands of miles of fiber optic cable. The best of Google also includes our open platforms that allow you to reach billions of people. With Google, your games will be immediately discoverable by over 2 billion people on a Chrome browser, Chromebooks, Chromecast, Pixel devices, and we have plans to support more browsers and platforms over time.
If that didn't make you feel pressured, I don't know what will.
People playing and watching games across YouTube and Google Play. And when we build these ecosystems, we always take the approach that we only succeed when our partners do. Collectively, our partners across web, Google Play, and YouTube have earned more than $110 billion over the past 4 years alone.
And we wonder
And we are
where
committed to
all
this
the money in the
approach.
country's going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now
this is
we
the
are
first
focused on our
American.
next
It's an American
effort,
company, though, I think so.
which is to build a game
It's better
platform
for us than China.
everyone. And when we say for everyone, we really mean it. It's one of our most cherished values as a
Look at all the
company.
phones rising up for this single frame. Just text. Like, I can tell you that.
We are dead serious about making technology accessible for everyone. But if you think about games, there are a lot of barriers for users to play high-end games. Beautiful graphics, really need high-end consoles or PCs. Games don't have instant access. Think about the way the web works. You can easily share a link, and it works seamlessly. We want games to
Except
feel
for when
like
Facebook was down about a week.
instantly enjoyable with access for everyone. I think we can change the game by bringing together the power and creativity of the entire community. People who love to play games, people who love to watch games, and people who love to build games. All of you. We're really excited to work with you. We want to build a platform. We want you to show us.
I wonder if these are random people or if they've like asked permission. If they're just like, oh, this is on our website, we'll just use any of the millions of photos.
Right.
And build for
Like they were laughing at like maybe a, something.
From the beginning of time, games have brought us together.
And torn us apart, Monopoly, Mario Kart.
Spectators.
Uno.
Uno, yeah.
By a handful,
My fiance, tell you what, man.
I like how all those camera people turn the camera in unison at once. How many shots do you need in the same angle?
Yeah.
glory, tragedy,
Ooh.
pageantry,
Those are the videos I watched. Tragedy ones.
and wonder. Until every city, town, and village had a place where anyone could play.
Except New York.
Thousands of years ago, our games have shifted. But our need to come together remains. This new era of
Wait, no
gaming
PewDiePie?
Right.
We probably even have to pay him to use his
one
content
place
now.
where anything you dream can be built. Playgrounds for every imagination.
I wonder if that was the new trials or the old
One place
trials.
where you,
Mm-hmm.
everyone you know, and everyone they know will all play together.
What?
That's what we need to do. Playing games in a bathroom, cheese balls.
One place
Ooh, I wonder what that game is.
keeps evolving, where everyone will play and watch.
Except for Markiplier. I watch him.
From any screen, at any time.
Was that
One place. for
an
all
unusual controller, or was that an Xbox? I was not paying attention to that.
the Stadia.
I thought, I think the Stadia's controller maybe.
Gather round.
Give us a good ergonomic controller that has good button options.
Right. Like, that's a must.
Customizable options, how about that? Mouse
Welcome
has
to
50
Stadia.
buttons. Why can't a gaming
We're
controller
so
have 50
excited.
buttons?
To do this well,
Really, like
it's
12.
important that we have the right people working on this.
The only reason I can do everything I do so fast is because my mouse has 50 buttons.
That starts with Phil Harrison, who joined us about a year ago. He's a great leader and a great gamer. He's definitely someone who knows the difference between RPGs and NPCs. I'm going to pass the mic over to Phil to show you what we've done.
Who cares about the
Take it
difference?
away, Phil.
Ah, Phil Harrison, I can pronounce that name.
Oh.
And now you know we're really
It's
American.
such a pleasure to be here today, and thank you for joining us at GDC as we
He is stunningly
finally
bold.
get to share Google's vision for the
We're going to
future
be
of
like that
gaming,
soon.
where the worlds of watching and playing games converge into a new generation game platform, purpose-built for the 21st century, powered by the best of Google. Our vision for Stadia is simple. One place for all the ways we play. It's focused on gamers, inspired by developers, and amplified by YouTube creators.
Yeah.
Today, our industry captivates over 2
Something that actually
billion
supports
players
YouTube
from
creators.
all
Let's
around
go.
the world.
Surprising.
At the center of that community, its beating heart, are the game developers. The people in this room that create the most incredible game experiences that delight players with engrossing stories, characters, and worlds through a dazzling display of technology, artistry, and magic.
like help also give birth.
Games are now
Thank
the
you, Devs,
single
for that game.
biggest form of entertainment on the
What?
planet, one that connects a
It
vast
exists.
community
Oh my.
across geographies,
Is it VR?
cultures, and language. And within that passionate community, there is a universal
Michael needs to do a rage quit of that one.
universe of people who love watching games. Hundreds of millions of people watch gaming content every single day on YouTube. But those two worlds are mostly disconnected, fragmented, and often independent of each other. Our vision is to bring those worlds closer together, to connect game developers with players
That's a nice
and
looking
YouTube
room.
creators in a way that only Google can, creating a richer and more vibrant gaming community for everyone to enjoy. Through the power of our data centers, the extraordinary reach and community of YouTube, and our investments in the fundamental technologies that are the foundations of the open internet, we offer a truly unique opportunity to combine these worlds. We will be handing that extraordinary power of the data center over to you, the game developers, where playgrounds for every imagination can be created.
Yeah.
Our first public test of this came in
Basically,
October of
public
last year
knowledge
with
for the
Project Stream,
actual game devs, so
where we
we know what
streamed
people
a
actually
AAA
want.
HD game at
Unless
up
I
to
totally
1080p at
heard
60
that right.
frames per second over the internet from Google data centers to a Chrome browser. We were humbled by
What
the
about device?
overwhelmingly positive response from players who were able to join us on
Any
Project
device.
Stream. A huge thank you to those of you who participated in Project Stream and for your vital feedback. And also to the amazing people
Why didn't I hear about Project Stream?
for
I wanna-
trusting us with the latest incarnation of their incredible game franchise, Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft,
And they just got paid
has
$1,000.
always been at the forefront of advancements in the games industry, and they have an incredible track record of success and creativity.
Yeah, except for their frickin'
Joining us here in the
Uconnect or
audience,
Uplay on
I'm
PC.
Oh god, no, don't even start on that one.
Ubisoft is great, except for their actual way to play their games.
That's why they need
Is he wearing a Team Red Pokemon
I think
shirt?
so.
If that's the case, well played.
Wait,
If
that-
not, I'm sorry.
And stream it to a Chrome browser running on a simple laptop without any sacrifice to the quality or vision of the game developer. As successful as Project Stream was, our ambition is of course far beyond a single game. As we developed our strategy for this new platform, we asked developers how we can help solve some of the most critical challenges you face. There were three very clear themes that resonated. You told us you wanted to unleash your creativity without limits, get to the widest possible scale, and make it easier for people to connect with your games. We used these three themes to anchor our vision and build our platform architecture, and began to share it with the leading publishers and developers in the world. Now, let me show you how we have brought this vision to life. Imagine you are watching games on YouTube, and you discover the latest
My
Assassin's
daily
Creed
life.
Odyssey trailer on Ubisoft's official channel on YouTube. You will notice the Play Now button. By simply clicking on that button, the player is brought directly into the game in a browser in as quick as 5 seconds.
Quicker than my
With
computer
no
can load
download,
it.
That's quicker than anything can load it.
It's like Flash games, but now it's...
with no download, no patch, no update, and no install.
That's quicker than
Stadia
Flash
will
games
offer
were.
instant
That's so
access
good!
to play.
Okay, I'm in.
Our platform vision for Stadia is to reduce the friction between getting excited about a
But
game.
don't you have to pay for the game?
On Stadia,
I assume you would
just
have
need
to pay
click
for
on
it.
a YouTube video or link, and you can be playing your game instantly. Compare that to today, where gamers are
Unless there's
all
maybe
too
a demo.
familiar with things like
Maybe a
this.
demo.
With Stadia, this waiting game will be a thing of
Ark
the
Survival.
past.
I don't
Times
think
that by 2.
I don't think Stadia could handle Ark Survival.
I
don't know. That's
It is not
Okay.
a box. With Stadia, the data center is your platform. There is
Stadia is
no
not a console.
that
No.
limits the developer's creative ideas, and no console that
That's
limits where gamers
Probably
can play.
alright.
And we're about to show this
It's game
now.
streaming through the web browser.
This is not a concept. It's not a test.
It's basically who
I'd like
the
to
math
bring my friend
games,
Carlos to
basically
the
much.
stage to
Yeah.
show you this working.
Who Math or any of those game sites. Cartoon Network. Even. Any of the old stuff.
Except it's advanced
We just
games.
dated ourselves. Who Math games, man. I
Right?
asked my fiance the other day. She's like,
You just
I never
discovered
played that. I'm like,
for the first
oh
time.
dang.
You're running it on the Chrome
Oh
browser.
dang.
And here it is on a Pixelbook running the Chrome OS. There is basically no hardware acceleration on that laptop whatsoever, and the game is running...
Way to market your own product.
Right.
No
It's
hardware acceleration. It
easy
sucks.
and instantaneous to move that same game experience from exactly that moment onto the phone. Here on a Pixel 3 XL.
It's insane. And it looks great.
Once again, no loss in quality, and we can go straight onto the desktop PC. We actually went to buy the least powerful PC we could find here. And we could,
Please tell us whose it was.
enjoy the same
Hiding the name.
high quality.
It looks great though. Like there's no quality
And the full
no quality
game vision
killing on that, no lag.
that you're using.
no frame lag, and this looks like the highest graphics you can get too.
Can you record games?
PC,
I believe they have something in there for this, yeah.
In this case,
In this
once
video.
again, running the Chrome.
You might have a chance.
On a
Maybe.
digital slate.
This is so cool. Like even just that, being able to play a single game over any platform, automatically having your game data
Yeah,
saved.
guys. Where to put it?
And so this TV
Right,
allows
yeah.
access
Yeah.
using
So
You're gonna pull it out, right?
which is
Pull it out and just play Assassin's Creed. Like, yeah, I'm vlogging.
There is no console required to reach
Put that on the TV.
Yeah,
experience.
just the internet.
Thanks, Khaled. Great presentation.
I've been wondering for a while why they couldn't do that.
Well, it's a massive requirement to be able to do sort of things like that with, you know,
Welcoming
large
any
bank of
and all
games and
players
things.
is fundamental to Stadia, where you can try with your friends on devices you already own. And as such, we're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller or mouse and keyboard when playing Stadia on a laptop.
Yeah, I don't need to get like 50 more controllers.
By eliminating that friction, that barrier.
Plus, I like the Xbox
will make
controller.
it simple,
I like my little
easy
Game
for
Freak
players who want to
controller.
try
It's just
Stadia for the first
Simple
time.
and works.
But of course,
Holds
we
the
will have
time,
our own controller that has been uniquely
Okay,
designed
curious.
to enhance the experience for the
So I guess that must have been
player.
it. If it's white and orange, that was the
I'd like
one.
to
They
introduce
showed
you
the
to
trailer.
newest
Yep, there it
member
is.
of the
Okay.
Google hardware family, the Stadia controller.
Okay. Looks pretty normal.
Looks like they want to make it Xbox controller, but Xbox patented it, so you don't know how to put the analog stick up there.
Yeah.
It's honestly the...
Honestly, down here is probably okay.
Yeah.
Of Stadia. It enables you to access the full Stadia experience, and there are many advantages to the Stadia controller. And the first is that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google Data Center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud, ensuring the highest possible performance and the best experience for players.
Well, then it makes it a very... That makes it Stadia only, and I don't think it's PC, so much PC friendly as Stadia friendly for every device.
It's for sharing and saving your game experience back out to YouTube. The gamer can choose to
Immediately?
share their experiences starting with a click of this button to themselves, to
Probably.
their friends, or to the world. They are in control.
Nintendo started something similar with, you know, just saving it to the console, but streaming, this is
Pressing
fully
this button
gamer
allows players to
based,
immediately
not just
access the
family-friendly
controller's
gamer
built-in
based.
microphone, so they can get help from the
Built-in
assistant with
microphone?
special
Oh,
in-game
okay. I was gonna
features
say.
integrated by developers. Our goal with Stadia is to help fuel developer creativity at every level. And next,
I love how they
we'll
went
take
with
a
the
look
AB
at
what,
the
XY.
incredible computing power
Right,
we have
right.
PlayStation's just outdated now. Woo, you losing it.
Further accelerate innovation. I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, the head of engineering for Stadia, Marsh Bakar.
We got about 5 minutes on this recording.
Thanks so much, Bill.
Yeah, because basically this controller would be switched. Although I do like this position for like this and this.
At the real-time
Yeah.
computing power we have put into our data centers that will change.
It actually makes it a
how
little
we
more
work
difficult for me to
in
trigger with this because I'm so used to it being so close.
In order to deliver an amazing experience,
I wonder if they'll have
for
variations
games,
on it.
We needed to bring powerful computing closer
Probably
to
not.
the user.
They
We
can't
built
with
Stadia's
joysticks.
architecture on
Yeah.
top of the Google Data Center network. The same network that has been delivering search results to your fingertips.
You know what I'm actually
in
interested in?
seconds
What?
For more than 20 years.
So this is obviously going to be, you know, huge for
The
gaming.
network consists
But
of
is it going to have
fiber
motion
optic
control
links
support?
and subsea cables between
So that could
hundreds
take
of
out a lot of the
devices
Wii and a lot of the
and more
Switch
than
games, actually.
7,500
No one talks about the Wii U,
locations
so the Wii and the Switch games, that could take out a lot of
all
those.
connected with our network backbone.
Stadia might be able
Stadia is built
to.
on infrastructure that no one else has.
But no,
It
devices aren't
means
set up to
the
recognize
compute
that,
resources
though.
are closer to players
recognize motion control.
Yeah.
You'd probably need an external port to do something like that. So that's
They could run it through Bluetooth.
Purpose-built gaming hardware.
Your computer doesn't need
even then. You
any
probably have to install a driver for something like that.
just Bluetooth driver. What it sounds like is it should be able to just the internet should be able to ping it. But and yeah, you might be able, you might have to. You're right because it
Just
wants
to be able to notice which gyroscopic.
Well, see, your computer isn't doing any of the computations like that.
Right.
The
I don't
data
know. That's a
center
lot
would
of.
be.
Okay, that's true. But that's a lot of information to have to send through to try and make that work perfectly. I think that would just
Well, yeah, because
be impossible. I don't know if that's reliable to send motion control data back and forth, because that's a lot more information, a lot more precision than just a controller button push to send there and back and make it work in regular
yeah,
time.
but a controller isn't much to begin with.
No.
It's like kilobytes, if less bytes
Right.
of data.
Yeah. Even then, I feel like motion control is just going to be
I think it might just be
choking
clunky.
point.
Future will be able to stream games in up to 8K resolution.
8K. They're
My
expanding
computer
again, huh?
can't even do
We
that.
know there are not
It's a
that
1080
many
graphics
mobile
card.
TVs in the world that have 8K today. But we also know the widespread adoption of 8K is inevitable. We
Okay.
have built our platform to scale up.
Oh.
with
They're
our
just being
platform
prepared.
network.
Yeah, because
I was going to say, there's no way. I haven't heard a thing about that.
We're just now at 4.
Gamers
Yeah.
and game developers.
Well, 4 is old now, isn't it? How long has it been?
It's
been like a couple
mainstream.
of years.
It's old, but it isn't. It just now became mainstream to where most people can afford it.
Which makes me feel like it's old. Whoops.
I mean, it has been out for a while, but just now the TVs are cheap enough that everyone can buy one.
That's really good, though.
At the highest possible quality.
That said, it has to be live videos. I don't think you can edit them, produce them, and then put them out as a 4K 60. You'd probably have to download
They
it.
might still have to screen capture. I don't know.
Scalable and modern.
And I wonder how large downloading those types of files would be
Beyond what was previously
from the cloud, or if it downloads it onto a cloud, so it's not even on your hardware.
This architecture
So maybe that way you could
has
access it
more
from phone and
flexibility
things.
to scale.
Because you can never obviously have a
And
30
that
gigabyte
fast transfer
playthrough on
speed
your phone.
between the Stadia instances
I
in
wonder
our
how
data
much the
center
service
are
will cost.
platform can connect instances
I don't think
together
they mentioned
to
price in
dynamically
this at
expand
all.
the capabilities.
Because I'm sure you're just going to be able to get on Stadia or whatever they call it.
Stadia.
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 Tone down your creative ambition.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, I wonder if it's going to be a service fee or a games fee.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Because if it's gonna, you'd have to have a games fee if you're going to have major title games. Unless Stadia is going to cost that much, they're just going to pay everybody who plays their games or
like a
whatever.
Hulu service.
But if you have to do both, I don't know that it's going to be worth it.
We partnered with our
Probably
friends
not.
at AMD to build a custom GPU.
That said, if it becomes mainstream enough, it'll be worth it for everybody. But while it's a small thing, it might not be.
Here with us today.
We'll have to see prices on distribution and stuff.
Chip to bring you more than 10 teraflops of power, which we've coupled with a custom CPU to make up a single Stadia instance.
So is this like
And
what
here's how the
they're
compute
giving you
power
to
of
use?
Stadia compares to
Might
the
be.
top 2 consoles in the
Jeez.
market.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more level on a normal computer.
Yeah.
That's probably what the 1080 graphics card does.
PC Master Race, I suppose.
You can see that a
Honestly, at this point, with this coming out, yeah.
Unless they make consoles to hook up to that, because people like the console feel anyways.
Maybe.
Because Nintendo Switch is still not going anywhere, regardless of whether this comes out or not.
Yeah, because it's not
Switch
gonna be on
and
this
Nintendo's
system
gonna
forever.
keep doing their handheld console hybrids from now on, probably.
But that's going to be a lot of competition if you can do it on your phone.
Mm.
And when it comes to game engine,
let's
we're
see.
excited to announce that
Okay,
we
Unreal Engine.
with
Alright, now I'm hyped.
who will be
That's
fully
good.
supporting the Stadia platform. We're also partnering with Unity to bring
Oh,
yay!
the two most
That's like
popular and familiar
every indie game now. Okay,
Right?
that actually improves it by like
We're
100-fold.
developers with an amazing array of familiar middleware that you already use to power your
That's good. They
game.
even recognize that it's like middleware, so it's not just an expensive, you have to be a billionaire
Here's a list
Nintendo,
of our
Sega,
partners now.
Ubisoft company to use
This
this.
will continue to grow over time.
Visual Studio,
CryEngine.
AMD, Umbra, Audio Kinetic is alright.
When we first met with Google about game streaming,
Well,
frankly,
we at least have audio
we
and
were
video,
skeptical
so
about how it would work, and in particular,
we haven't
how
skipped
it could
anything.
work
So.
with a game like Doom.
Woo!
However, we recognize
That's right.
not just your
They made
ability and
Doom.
resources to make game streaming
I
a
haven't
reality,
actually played it,
but more importantly,
but I've watched
the
people play it. It's
passion
great.
to support a game as fast, fluid, and uncompromising as Doom. After all, if you're going to prove to the world that you can stream games from
Have you
the
played
cloud,
Doom?
what better proof than Doom?
Yeah, but Doom
And
actually
if you're
isn't
gonna prove to the
as
developer that you're serious
hard to
about
run as...
building
No, it's not
a
as hard to run
platform,
as he's making it out to be.
what better team than id?
The
Yeah, maybe just
660...
making sure it,
Every platform
since it is a
is limited.
smooth game, making sure it doesn't lose any of
Back
that.
in
True.
2016,
Insane.
Doom was the first AAA game released on Vulkan. And because Stadia is built on that same Vulkan API,
Wait, it's built on Vulkan?
it didn't take us more than a few weeks
Vulkan's a
to get our
very
upcoming
smooth
sequel, Doom
way of...
Eternal,
I think it's an
looking
engine?
and playing great on Stadia.
Maybe that's what the dragon was, because I didn't read that
Built
on the
on the
screen.
fun and sense of
But
power
I'm not smart, so.
players expect from the series, Doom Eternal is a
I mean,
pure
Vulkan,
and
you could play that on a lot of things you wouldn't expect it
FPS
to.
experience. You play as an unstoppable hero sent to
good
destroy
platform,
hell's
from what I've
fiercest
seen.
demons across an expanding universe of unbelievable
No wonder
locations.
this Stadia is going so
We
well.
couldn't be
Yeah,
happier
they got...
It's
bringing Doom
Vulkan
Eternal
basically is the
to
back
Stadia.
end of it.
And
Basically
I'm
how
thrilled to announce that
the
game will be
architecture,
capable of
I believe it
running
is.
Yeah.
at 4K
I don't know if I'm
resolution
explaining it right.
with
But
HDR
basically,
color at an unrelenting
it's more
60
efficient.
frames per second.
Okay, just more efficient than all the regular other engines.
So
Now, does that mean Stadia is running on that, or in conjunction with that? Or?
I don't know, whatever he just said, it sounded like he said it was on it, but that
We
seems
have the full game running
Maybe
on
just supporting it,
Stadia,
because if it runs
Maybe
Unity and all
supporting,
that...
yeah.
I mean, supporting Vulkan is great.
and you can see it
If you can
today
run that, maybe
in our
developers will
developers.
have access to use that
Starts
more
at
often.
12:30 over in West Hall. You won't want to miss it. Thank you to Google.
Now, is Doom Eternal a
Stadia
game that
team
exists, or one that's
for giving
coming
us
out?
This
Or...
opportunity to share a bit about Doom
'Cause I don't know.
I don't think it's coming out.
So is that... Are they saying Doom Eternal is going to be Stadia exclusive, or Stadia featured?
Thanks so much, Marty. It's
Make
If
it
Doom,
featured.
I mean, if Doom is going to be a Stadia exclusive, then Stadia is already 100 million miles ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I keep saying Stadia, Stadia.
It was important for us to partner with a developer like id so that we could prove, not just to ourselves, but to the entire industry, that our platform is capable of supporting the most demanding titles.
That's not the most demanding title.
Doom
Arc.
running on a
Arc.
single Stadia
Arc.
GPU.
Arc.
The fundamental benefit of our cloud
Editing Arc is demanding.
is that developers will be able to take advantage of hardware and power in ways never
The Witcher
before
3
possible.
at one
And
time.
that includes taking advantage of the power of multiple
Minecraft, when you have
GPUs
too many
at
mods.
once.
Yeah.
I wonder how that'll work if you mod, because if they have the base game, you might not be able to really mod it.
In this video,
It would
have to be developers'
comparison
DLC
points showing
mods
the
or anything
difference between
extra.
our single GPU and multiple GPUs. What you see here on the left of the line is running on a single 10.7 teraflop GPU. And on the right of the line, you can see the same content running on Stadia using multiple GPUs. In this demo, we're highlighting real-time fluid deformation. Accurate water simulation is one of the most compute-intensive effects for games. And it's a powerful example of
Maybe
what
they can't
Stadia
tell.
is capable of. And I'm
Definition
so
in,
excited to see
in
where
the
game
water
developers
quality
go
on the
with
left
this
compared
kind
to the
of
right.
performance.
Yeah.
And then a little bit in the color. It'd probably be up to something you have to nitpick at it.
Yeah.
Slow down and look at the figures a little more. It's not really coming through on the
Those
laptop.
related
No.
to multiplayer. In traditional platforms, the client and server are connected by the unpredictable internet, and therefore the multiplayer experience is limited by the client with the slowest or poorest quality
So how's this
connection.
gonna work?
But with Stadia, that game client and server both remain on Google's networking backbone, resulting in predictable low latency, reliable connectivity, and data security, since no traffic gets exposed to the public internet. Developers who use
they aren't
Google's
linking the
data
computers
centers
together.
create a predictable multiplayer
They're linking it to
experience
Google
that
and through
scales
Google rather than
order of
expanding to the
magnitude
internet
greater
as a whole.
than
The
anything
server
enjoyed by
and
games
everything that
today.
happens at
What
Google
that means is a
itself.
synchronized state across a very
So
high
basically,
volume of
everything's
players,
happening on the same
where
computer,
innovations like
and it's
distributed
being
physics can be built into
sent
your
to
game.
you.
Back out.
Where battle royale
So
games
then how much
go from
power does
hundreds of
Wi-Fi have
players
over Stadia
today
in general?
to thousands of players
Basically, you're
tomorrow.
just transmitting
And
the
yes,
controller
achieving
inputs and outputs
no
and the
hack.
video and audio. That's it.
So you have nothing running. Well, right, you have
Google
nothing
has
running
always
on you.
believed that the world is a
You're basically
better
watching a
place
video,
when we are
an
able to
interactive
connect
video, like you're
without
clicking
barriers.
links on a YouTube
And
video.
as
Is
a new
basically what
generation
you're doing.
game platform, Stadia
But even then,
will, of
playing a
course,
YouTube
embrace
video
full
at 4K
cross-platform
My phone struggles sometimes.
Yeah, you won't be able to do 4K on a cheap computer. They didn't say what they might have been playing on 720 on those small devices.
Right, yeah. But like even if you have 720 or 1080, some devices will struggle with that. Devices and some internet
Oh, I'm
will
sure
struggle
there's
with
some
that.
devices that won't be able to play it.
Yeah.
But I mean, pulling out a Galaxy S10 and playing Doom on it, like
Yeah.
what? It's not going to play it by itself. So it's still a great leap forward.
Even then, I wonder if there is a limit to how low the Wi-Fi quality can be before it completely cops out.
I think 4G would not work.
How come?
First of all, your data limit.
One of our team's favorite
Second of all,
Well, how much? I wonder how much data that would take up to do.
Oh,
that would be something to inquire about.
That would be.
Because if it is just simple sending and receiving of bytes of information and a video, it might not be too Video could be bad. Playing YouTube takes a lot of data.
Like, I don't know how many megabytes a second. It isn't per second, but like, one YouTube video is usually, what, like 2 megabytes, and that's like 4 or 5 minutes. So,
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was way more than that.
it
Our
depends.
friends at Tangent Games have been working with us.
Well, I guess it also depends on the quality.
That you can see here behind
So it'll
me.
depend on the quality. If the quality they're sending you has anything to do with your Wi-Fi or not.
Multiplayer
True.
world with a persistent, massively destructible environment. It is a raw demonstration of scale
Is
and
this
power.
a
using
game
the
or is
best
this a
of Stadia technology, where
tech
every
test?
piece
It's a
of the
tech demo.
environment in this multiplayer world.
Why is this not a game?
using
Look at that.
real-time
Yeah, that looks
embodied
cool.
physics.
It's like Spider-Man,
Using
but
Google's unique
Apex
infrastructure,
Legends.
developers can create games built to house hundreds of players with low latency and perfect synchronization.
So they might actually get to like 100,000 people game, like open world.
As we were building the
This is
platform,
this is literally the start to
I was about to say, what's the name
virtual
of it?
technology.
What's-
Full dive.
No, what's the cardinal system?
Yeah, it really is having that many people interacting in closed space where you can go anywhere and meet anybody in that.
It's
the ether in general.
Yeah, because
Without full dive.
the cardinal system was they just linked to it. It didn't run on their damn.
Right, yeah,
When
it
all of
wasn't
the
your brains.
clients are in the cloud, couch multiplayer has new life again through Stadia in what we're
Okay.
calling Stream Connect.
Oh, what?
In the past, the resources required to execute split-screen co-op have required developers to sacrifice more of their creative goals.
I don't think I actually
With
knew
Stream
that.
Connect, we're making it possible
Yeah.
to realize split-screen multiplayer without any performance penalty. Behind me, you'll see a technology proof of concept that we built at Google. It's called the Night Forest, a co-op demo with asymmetric player roles. Here we have 2 players, one hunter on the ground and a supporting aerial player, set up in a standard split-screen.
Why is Google not just making games? Look how good that looks!
Powered by a separate Stadia.
It's just like, hey, we need a crazy, stupid demo game. Okay, Hunter, Flyer, crazy, magical forest,
Crazy graphics!
8K.
Utilize any polygonal surface.
Like, look at that.
For another player's video stream.
I mean, they didn't just copy and paste,
Possible with extremely
you
little
know,
effort on
hey,
the
here's a
part of
blade of
the
grass.
developer,
I mean, that's
bringing
good
dynamic,
textured
squad-based gaming to
everything.
reach, even for very small teams.
They even put an animation in for like, oh, she's standing still, she scratches her
We can
head.
keep adding streams.
Where do they get
Oh,
all
what's
these
cool about
images?
this is that's all on one device.
Yeah.
Cameras into a scene.
So as long as your internet connection can handle it, it can send as many people onto the same TV as you want because the controllers connect
Yeah.
through the internet.
Here we have our streams
Which I guess
into a
makes
command
more sense,
center
but them
where
describing this
players
and showing
can
actually
coordinate
makes
the
sense.
movements of our drone, scientist, and hunter characters.
So this
Now
is them
the coordinator is
working
reaching
with
the
each
world
other.
and placing a beacon to call attention to a particular location, seen instantly by the other players. Stream Connect is just one of the ways
they were interacting
Google is
with each
working
other,
to support
basically,
developers in
from the
creating
distance
more
of
immersive
the
and
game.
creative experiences.
'Cause I miss
Whether
multiplayer
bringing
games.
back effortless
I do
couch-based
too.
co-op or inventing
But I
entirely
don't
new
want.
multiplayer
I don't like
games.
games that go only single player or only
Our next
multiplayer.
technology
Yeah.
demo
Some game
focuses on the
systems
power
only
of
support the
cloud
idea of a
machine
single or
learning
multiplayer.
and how
Like,
they can have an
I mean, you
impact
can't
on
really.
accelerating
I mean, you can
development.
single player Mario Party, but that's not exactly what it made for. It's for story. It's not made for story.
The last game that was like that was Halo 3. It was both. You could do either one.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's indie games.
Well, it wasn't
but
the
there's
last
no
game,
main-
but it was the very popular one that did that.
Stylish
Yeah.
And celebrated independent games, including Deadlight, Grind, and The Invisible Hours. Please welcome.
Hopefully, this
Chairwoman
means
Stewart,
developers won't have to
who's
sacrifice the idea of single versus
Well,
multiplayer.
apparently Halo 5 didn't have co-op because they couldn't get it to work. But I think they should have done like what they did with all the older games. Cut out other features to make it more... That's why Halo was fun, multiplayer, man. Like,
Yeah. While the story is a big thing, it was not the reason you played. It was the game that made you want to play.
small.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly for a studio like ours.
Which I guess if they would have had to take out gaming elements to make it work to play the game, then
They did in Halo 2.
It's something we spend a lot of
It
time.
was a quarter of the size they wanted it to be.
Our development cycles typically last 24
Yeah, the
months.
reason why
And
Destiny,
you can imagine
well,
a large
yeah.
part of that time is dedicated
Let's not
to
talk about
design
Destiny.
Let's not talk
the
about Destiny.
art
Let's
style
see
of
what
the
she's saying.
game. We are particularly proud of Grind, its visual identity created a lasting impression with our players.
It's pretty
But
neat looking.
it took us a long time to get to that final style. That's why we were so excited to hear from Google about one of the tools they are making available. An amazing tool that will dramatically influence and ease this process. With the Style Transfer ML, Google is applying the science of machine learning to art visualization.
Style transfer is a machine learning technology that runs on the
God, I
video
can understand
frame
her.
created by the game.
No offense,
All of
but
this
I was
happens
having
in
trouble
real
understanding
time
most of
on
what
a
she
Stadia
said.
instance. We built this demo to show you what it can do. We start with a gray box world and take any image we want, in this case Kandinsky's yellow, red, blue, and the model does the rest. Throw in Starry Night, and you have another style. Give it scratch art, and you get this. We're doing our part to empower the artist inside of every developer. The R&D team iterated through hundreds of art styles testing this technology, and one of our favorites came from an old friend.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear God.
What is going on?
Now you've just inspired every dev to make a puzzle game based off of that.
What excites us and some of our partners so far
But dang,
is
that's
how
really a
many
good idea,
playable
then.
art styles we can create just by feeding it more and more images. It
I mean, again, if
inspires
they're
and
using
empowers
their
our
own,
artists
if
to
Stadia
make visions
has
in
a
their heads into
baseline
interactive
code that
environments
they
in a
can
whole
use,
new
or
way.
like if they're
And this is just
developing
the beginning.
games where you can do this,
We
then
are
that's going to make it
using
easy for
Style
everybody.
Transfer in our studio today, and we are blown away by the impact it's having on our
I feel like the next step is going to be, instead of, where now our age is like everyone's a videographer because of phones, everyone's a gamer or a YouTuber because it's just active. Next, everyone's going to be a game developer at this rate.
Yeah, really. It's gonna be Minecraft.
It's going to be an
for games.
oversaturation of the Stadia network at
With
this
Style
point.
Yeah.
Transfer, our goal is to help
It's gonna
developers
release
find
and
the
crash in a
magic
day
that
because
makes
like billion
Check out
people get
Style
on it.
Transfer during the show this
Yeah.
week. We can't wait to hear your feedback.
This is obviously going to be another one of
Creators
those, like,
inspire us to
you
be
know,
the best of Google
they released a new
and creators are at the heart
Call of Duty
Stadia.
game. Alright, everyone's going to go online and play it. Oh, the servers are down. We're going to have to see how it works, obviously, when it actually
Moments that
gets released
resonate
and
for
see how much they can
generations to come.
give us of what they've
The last
promised.
feature we want to introduce today is another special experience made possible by the cloud. It's called State Share. And here to talk about it from Q Games is
Oh, I
Dylan
think I've heard of
Cuthbert.
it. I think I saw this one. This is what I'm thinking of.
Hey everyone,
Bring back
it's
the
great
music.
to be here with all of you today. As a veteran game developer, I love how creators on YouTube have brought our games to life. But I've always wished those experiences could be more social and even more fun. And I'm extremely excited by what I've learned from Google about bringing new ways to share a game's replayable moments.
Oh yes, this
With
is
a
it.
new
I think.
technology called State Share, developers can let a player instantly share a playable moment from a game. This could include the world state, the player's position,
Wait, what?
items they're carrying, anything the developer wants to pack into a shareable moment. The game's state can be encoded into a link that tells Stadia where to pick up the game.
Oh, what?
This could be sent to one player, or it could be shared with thousands at the same time on YouTube, through email, apps, messaging, or wherever links can go. To me, this totally changes how I think about the experiences for players.
Great. That's completely
I create
unlimited
moments
in the possibilities you can do with that sort of
for
thing.
this kind of sharing. Challenges to beat my incredible speed runs, or chances for other players to also experience those same tough boss battles.
Like I just launched my Warhawk a billion miles into space. Can you try it too? See if you can do it. Here's
Right,
the link.
yeah.
Into an infinitely replayable treasure hunt.
Oh no, my game just glitched really bad. It was hilarious. Here,
Yeah.
try it out.
State share that I designed.
But then again, this draws back to the question, do you have to pay for the game or the Stadia or
It
both?
sounds like Stadia.
Still under wraps,
But then,
Is it like
but then how are
15
game developers going to get paid? Like if Doom's going to be on
Thank you
that,
very much.
how is that going to work for Doom?
I don't know.
Like they can't just, if it's like a $5, it's not gonna be $5.
No,
But
they're gonna be
if it's
probably-
like a $5 a month
Stage
service,
share is one
and
and you
like
play
50.
Doom and Assassin's Creed and any like 5 indie games, they can't pay everybody.
Embrace a player's
So I feel like they
desire
have to do
discover,
something else.
share, and build
There's no way it's
together.
unlimited
We're
Stadia.
extremely
Sure.
excited by the reception
It might be
we've
like
gotten from our early
so much
users
money
so
per
far.
how many games a month or something. I
And
don't
with
know.
that, I'd like to introduce the head of
Maybe.
gaming at YouTube to tell you what Stadia means for content creators. Please welcome Ryan Wyatt.
All right, now we're on.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm very excited to be here at the unveiling.
I wonder how many Creative
As you've
Commons
heard,
music they
Stadia is
used
about delivering
throughout this
the
video.
developer experience
Like,
so that the best
let's
games
not
can be
screw
made.
ourselves on YouTube.
But we're
Google
also
gets copyright claims.
the best creator experience so that the entire community gets stronger together. YouTube is where people come to watch gaming. More
Which
than
should eventually change,
200
please.
million gamers come to YouTube every single day to engage with their favorite games and creators.
I feel like it's more than that.
And they come because of the community of gaming creators and viewers who have turned
There's only
YouTube
200
into the
million
gaming
people in the
platform
U.S.
it
and I
is
know
today.
it's all over the world, but
We're always looking for ways to strengthen the connection between creators and
in
viewers.
small ages.
Stadia is designed to bring them together like never before. Gaming
I
has
don't see
always
the
been
Elks
backbone
cast,
of
I'm
YouTube
disappointed.
Since the platform first was founded in 2005. And one thing YouTube gaming creators want
I don't see PewDiePie
is to
either.
engage with their fans.
They're just like totally.
that will always
totally
be
ignoring their
Recognize
big
any
guys.
of those.
That's why over 50 billion hours of gaming
I didn't see
content
us on there.
was
Jeez,
lost
guys,
in
come on.
last year alone. And to
Yeah,
just
what's
give you
up,
an
50
idea
view
of how much
video?
50
hours is,
billion hours.
You could walk to Pluto and back more than a dozen times. Stadia is focused on empowering both creators and viewers
Man,
to achieve
and
new heights.
now I know
by
there are
creating
too many
areas
games in
of
the world.
content capture,
Too many games, too
creating
many
unique ways
YouTubers.
to
Shut it
engage
down.
with and grow a creator's audience. Established creators will have new ways to engage and monetize on YouTube with Stadia features. And with aspiring creators, we're going to break down the barrier of entry in capturing content by giving you the ability to highlight, live stream, and capture directly from Stadia.
Capture,
We've
so I
already
guess
seen the
you.
idea of any YouTube link being a direct access point into the game. And that is a huge opportunity for both.
Which I guess
big and
destroys
small
the need of a
creators.
capture card. If Stadia's
We're empowering
where it's holding it
creators
and then
to
you
forge
record it
deeper
on
connections with
Stadia.
their audience.
Yeah.
And one of those
Maybe hold
ways
off on
is
that
to
capture
Yeah,
card
maybe
purchase.
whatever that capture.
Often when you're watching a stream, you find yourself wishing you could be in there playing alongside with your favorite creators. On traditional
50 people
platforms,
just
you have to fire up your
Hey, look, it's my last name.
PC and just hope
Ah,
that you can
hey,
catch up with
I'm the Pope.
However, with Stadia and a new feature called Crowdplay, you'll be able to simply click a button displayed right in the stream and jump in and play with YouTube creators that you're watching.
I feel like YouTube creators are not going to always want that.
Not
Live
always.
stream of NBA 2K.
PewDiePie trying to play something. 50,000 people trying to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, third in line.
Okay.
Okay, so how can it be like you're fighting like
And with
Now
you
I
know,
wonder if that
YouTube becomes
lasts
the ultimate discovery
for
and engagement tool for content.
their
And
stream
of course, YouTube
or
creators
their
want full
entirety.
engagement capabilities
So
for
like,
this.
if you're 200,000th
So
in
all
line
the
to play
game
with
developers,
PewDiePie,
publishers,
and he comes in like 3
content
games,
creators
comes in
out
3
there.
streams later, and it's like, oh, you're next in line to play with him or something.
Probably just the
And how we're
stream.
working with you
I
to connect with and build your communities. I'd now like to introduce a friend of mine to the stage. He has over 11
That is
million
cool, though.
subscribers on his channel, The Game Theorist, and he and his
Ooh,
wife
11
Stephanie
million.
have often been advocates for the
We got
creators.
30.
We were
31.
delighted to talk to him about Stadia and what
is
it means for
important.
creators.
Yes.
Please welcome to the stage my friend.
All third
Matt
ones are
Pat.
important, but yes.
But I'm the most important.
Matt Pat, what?
The Bureau of Babs is probably the most
Thanks,
important.
Ryan. It's an incredible honor to be here today.
Hi.
For us creators, our audience is our lifeblood. Whether
He looks
we're
familiar,
breaking
not
down
from
real-life
YouTube,
science
though.
of the fictional world of Fallout, or
But he also
diving
seems
into
very-
behind Bendy and the Ink Machine, or
Like, his face kind of reminds me of someone like I could see anywhere. Like in a couple
True.
movies and things.
Always looking for new ways to connect and engage with our audience.
Like it's a
Which
very
is why,
popular
when I first met with the
face
Stadia
for some
team,
movie
I was
styles
floored
and
by the
things.
impact that it can have for not just gamers, but also creators.
Thank you.
Stadia not only empowers
Finally,
me to
YouTube
easily
cares.
create and share my work,
'Cause Google's
but it
paying
also
them.
unlocks
Yeah.
completely new ways for me to build a stronger bond with
Isn't
my audience.
YouTube Google though?
Popular formats for live streaming on YouTube since its inception. But now with State Share, you can actually take this to the next level by letting the people who are just watching you replicate the exact same scenario you just played through in-game.
That
Like
really will be
that
amazing.
impossible moment when you're out of med kits and you suddenly have a zombie breathing down your neck. Imagine the endless breathing down your neck. Imagine the endless variations that creators can layer on top of all their favorite games by specifically designing challenges oriented to their unique audience. For creators,
This is literally going to be Super Mario Maker
yourself. Creating
for
challenges
YouTube.
through State Share allows us to continue creating content for all your favorite games long after the game itself has been completed. And on the other hand, the audience now can reconnect with all
really
their
is
favorite games. in
that's just
completely
freaking
new,
amazing.
exciting,
That in and of
fresh
itself,
ways.
without all the streaming
But of
anything,
course,
that is
also, as a
crazy.
gamer, I'm
Make it
looking
funner to watch the
forward to
videos, too.
tremendously
Yeah.
all the new
Because I'm like, oh,
possibilities of
that was fun. I think I'll play that.
Stadia opens up, and that
I wonder
can
then if you
build
can
only
do
for
certain State Share areas.
I mean,
Like if they share a State Share, if you can play that without having to have the full game.
Incredible new graphical possibilities. And of course, all of this is available across any screen. Literally, I could just pick up my phone and start playing exactly where I left off on my laptop, even
If
I
it's
don't have a
almost
controller.
Yeah.
This one.
That's going to be interesting. Is if even though you can play, you probably will need a controller. I wonder if it'll have.
I'm sure it will, but oh, good luck.
Well, then I wonder then if they'll make a Stadia phone controller or a phone connection for that. I didn't see what kind of one they were using at the very beginning.
The
but I'm
video.
interested. Oh, was it? I don't think I knew they did that. I'll have to look at that.
Completely new ways that we have never seen before, and in ways that can only be possible through the combined power of Google and YouTube. So I thank the Stadia team for having me in
Another
here today.
big question.
I can't wait to
A lot
see
of the
what else
games
you
that
guys
are,
have
you
in
know,
store. I'll
obviously
see the
app
rest
games
of you
don't
on the
support
forums of
controllers like that. Wonder if all games are going to support phone controller conversions or not.
I don't know.
Wonder if that one will be hardware
Connecting players
locked.
and creators to their favorite
NVIDIA is
games
obviously bigger
core
than
to our vision. We've
whatever
shown you how
controller I
YouTube
have.
and Stadia
Yeah.
Nameless
the ability
brand, really.
for gamers to connect with content creators and game developers in extraordinary ways. There is another Stadia integration with YouTube that
What?
we're really excited
Oh
about.
yeah, I remember this one I heard.
Designers love creating challenge, but as games reach more and more people, the design problem of creating a perfect challenge gets more and more difficult. When a player is stuck on a level or puzzle and desperately wants that next beat in the story or the breathtaking views in the next level, what do? Today, they have to leave the game, fire up YouTube, find the right video, scrub to the right part of that video.
I feel attacked.
With Stadia, that help will be just a button press away.
They broke it again.
Take this example from our friends at Crystal Dynamics with Rise of the Tomb Raider. When the player gets stuck on a level, like me, instead of grabbing a laptop or a phone, they just need to push the button on the Stadia controller to get help from the Google Assistant. No
I'm just glad they're supporting recording
don't need
games,
to take
though.
your eyes
Yeah,
off the game.
recording
No
games is
secondary
great in and of
devices
itself.
needed.
'Cause that means
Creating
you shouldn't
and
ever
creating-
get copyrighted for having a recording of a game.
creating, yeah, true. Because now it's going to be a backlog of just
It's another
information.
deep way
Yeah.
in which we're connecting players with the
Yeah,
games
YouTube,
they love.
Copyrights is going to be interesting after Stadia.
Is about removing
Especially for
barriers
live streams where you play
players
games that wouldn't
get to
normally
their
be
favorite
able to do that, you know.
content
Then
and
they're kind of required to do that.
With
Be allowed
Stadia,
that.
Yeah.
any link can be an access point to the game. So for a developer,
See, they said
the entire
store,
internet
so it's definitely
becomes
purchased
your
somewhere.
store.
Yeah.
Whether it's from our Stadia store, text messages, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Google search results, YouTube videos, Gmail, or from the Google Play Store, gamers are going to be able to find, discover, and enjoy your games anywhere they are. And
Now I
easily
wonder how
share
that's
them
going to
with
work
their
for the
friends.
App Store. He
It's
didn't
a
mention
truly
an Apple
revolutionary
App
way
Store.
to discover
It just said the Google Play Store, which is, you know, all Androids. He didn't say anything for Mac. Not that anyone would want to play on a Mac, but it'll be interesting
probably
to
won't
see.
work.
Well, you never know.
We've already shipped development
Mac
hardware
doesn't
to more
need
than 100 studios
any of the
around
extra
the
stuff
world.
there.
Google is a
More than
competitor
1,000
directly
creatives and
to
engineers are hard at work
Apple
bringing
because
their
they
games to
make
our platform.
Android.
But what if
In
you
addition
download
to
Google
partnering
Chrome on
with developers
Mac?
big and small,
Then will it work?
I'm also thrilled to announce
Maybe.
that today we are forming Stadia Games and Entertainment.
You have to pay an
which
Apple
will build
fee.
experiences
Oh, you're
designed
using this on an Apple
exclusively
computer,
for
extra
Stadia
$5.
as Google's own first-party.
But it's not
games.
from Google, it's from Apple.
New big game company entering the fray. That's something you don't
And
see,
we've
is a new one
recently
entering
been
the
joined
fray,
by
not
one of
one
the
leaving.
industry's most successful executive producers to lead that organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new head of Stadia Games and Entertainment, Jay Greenman.
Miles Luna. I would dig it. I'd get a Stadia just to support
Thank
them.
you, Phil. Thank you, everyone. I am so honored to be here at the unveiling of Stadia. In my career, I've been lucky enough to work with some of the most talented and passionate developers in the world. Passion is at the root of all great games, and it's what motivated me to join Google. What I love about games is that we continue to redefine what a game is.
See, maybe you should just apply for Google.
When I was 12,
Yeah, they're probably going to need a
I saw
lot
the
of workers at this
holodeck
point.
I
and
mean, workers,
Star Trek.
you'll have something you can
And
do.
even though the games I played at the time were side-scrolling, pixel-based kind of games like Mega Man, it
Ooh,
was
go Mega Man.
obvious to me
I've actually never
that
played
one
it, but I like Mega Man
games
because
would
Sonic.
take place
I bet you're going to see
fully
Google Data Centers
immersive
popping up all
worlds.
over the place now.
Today, you have
What do you
seen
mean?
some
We're going to have to probably make
incredible
more
Like
server
new
areas.
cell towers.
and hopefully, like me,
More
now
server
believe
warehouses
that
to
we're
handle
Well, I
having
wonder
this.
if they'll combine
huge
server
revolution
towers and cell
in
towers, and maybe just be able to
gaming, in gaming.
upgrade how cell towers work in general.
No, I actually didn't mean cell towers. I meant the warehouses that have the servers.
Well, right.
There are no limits.
But like, I wonder
to
if they,
human
if in
imagination.
doing this with internet, if they're going to be able to
Now that the
further
data
upgrade
center
cell tower stuff,
is your
like cell signal waves,
platform.
Oh, 5G.
how that's trickled.
The processing
Okay.
power
Is that?
limitless
Are they doing that
as
now?
well.
Verizon is.
I'm excited to
Does that mean they'll make 4G free?
that as the head,
No, they're just getting rid of your 3G.
Ah,
I will
yeah, they
not
said that
only be
already.
bringing first-party game studios to reimagine the new generation of games. Our team will also be working with external developers to make all of the bleeding-edge Google technology you have seen here today available to partner studios big and small.
How much you want to bet Sony's not
You're
going to play nice
committed.
even now? You'll be like, everyone is doing this. We're not. You still can't play
Going
Fortnite
down
with
the
Switch.
Google path. Learning
I
what is
guess-
working best.
Fortnite work? I'm
And
confused.
sharing
They
tools
locked
and
accounts between
so that we
Fortnite
can
users on
take
Switch and
things to the
PC or
next
Xbox
level
and
together.
anything that was not Sony.
The way I
They
see
locked
it, there
any
has
cross-platform
never
playing
been
for a while
more exciting
on the
time
PS4.
to be a developer. And Stadia
Oh.
will be a driving
And I could
force
see them doing that with
behind
Stadia,
the
just like,
future
no,
of games
we don't want to support it.
and entertainment.
That would be why Sony
Thank you.
dies.
Honestly, if they try doing that, this would probably be more popular, so they just say, screw
Thank you,
Sony.
Jay, and a very warm
Yeah.
welcome
I
to
do like the
Google.
PS4, although I don't
With
own one.
Stadia,
I would,
our goal
Yeah,
is to
I would say
enable
PS4 over
people to
Xbox
play
One.
games
yeah,
while
for this
people
generation.
want to
360 was
be
better.
for one
Oh, yeah.
global
Comment more
community.
probably, but I think 360 was better. But
360 or what? PS2 is the
Shared
best
a
one
lot
that
today.
everyone says
With
is
Stadia,
PS2.
you'll be able to build
So,
your games
it's 360 or
backed by Google
PS2.
technology
I
with
still
Google
vote
system
GameCube. I don't know about
and
you.
I never
GameCube was
had
crazy
it.
underrated,
Deliver
man.
your games
Whew.
to more gamers
It was the
across
first
globe.
3D
Chrome,
supporting
Chromecast,
console.
Pixel.
Dreamcast wasn't bad either.
Dreamcast was good, but Sega just didn't have a good release schedule or marketing anything.
I mean,
planned.
yeah.
How do you get involved?
Which I have something
For
to say about that
developers
later,
who
actually,
want to
too.
create content for Stadia, we welcome you to go to stadia.dev, where you can apply to get access to development tools. If you want to partner
Develop
with
a
our team
Broforce
at
5
Google to help bring your game to market, we have Stadia Partners, a program designed to give you the resources your team needs to make something great. And for players who want to be the first to learn more, you can go to stadia.com.
Well, I'm definitely doing that
Follow
in
us
10
on
minutes.
these
Yeah.
channels.
Just like, well,
So,
I have $10
when
in
will
Steam
players
gift cards.
be able to
Let's see what that works on Stadia for.
I'm thrilled to announce that Stadia is launching this year, 2019.
The world is going to be so different by the end of this year, man.
Yeah.
Just with Stadia. Everything is changing
We
now.
will launch first in the US,
Unless it
Canada,
fails.
the UK,
Then it's going to be
and
really
most of
sad.
Europe.
And Google will have
It's
nothing.
been my privilege today to introduce Stadia on behalf of the thousands of Googlers who've
I
worked
mean, honestly, what has
tirelessly to
Google
bring this
released
vision to
recently
life.
other than the Pixel 3?
This is the first step in the journey.
Not much.
And we'll
Technology,
be-
I think they-
Software, they've been killing it.
Software,
Share
crazy
more
amount of
details on
software.
the games
Hardware,
you
they've
can
done
play at launch
laptops and
beyond.
Like YouTube and
Thank you
Chrome
very
and different
much
things
for
they've
gathering
been
around
they
you
keep
with
updating
us
what they
today.
already have,
Mhm.
which is okay.
Stadia, we can all
Yeah,
dream
fine with that.
bigger.
Now the YouTube creators don't
Together,
do much for their own
build a
products,
playground
but
for every
or their
imagination.
creators. So hopefully Stadia will look after them then. This should hopefully make things a little bit easier. I think that's the stream. Is this like exactly like the intro again?
It's a little
Car
different.
again.
It has name. It has
Got
text.
text this time. Whoa. Not gonna lie, I thought the C and the L were a lot closer, instead with just a dick. Of course there had to be some Broforce 5 humor in there, right? I suppose.
Literally, I was telling my dad, it was like, why can't they do this like 3 years ago?
Right, yeah. Well, the cost
Google,
would
are
be
you
so high.
Right?
They've probably been working on it for 3 years. That's probably what
They've
the AI's
been
been
working
for.
on this for
Decades.
way longer than before I even thought of if it would be possible. Just in time. Yeah.
So, your initial thoughts. Has your mind been blown from when you went in blind an hour and a half ago?
Not exactly.
Oh.
But like I said, I thought, what if that would be possible before with the technology is going?
Right.
So when you said something about Stadia, I thought in the back of my mind was, is it game streaming where you don't need a fancy computer?
You already had this exactly pinned for what it was going to be.
Kind of. Yeah.
But still, the fact does the
They
fact that
actually
it's
did it?
existing-
Yeah.
that
They finally
get me?
caught up because I can't believe the internet can actually keep up. 'Cause
That being said as well, even though it's run on their servers, you can probably tone down the graphics as you would need them to play on your own.
I'm sure you probably could.
And that said, since it's run in a separate system, I wonder if playing it in 240 for your own device, for whatever reason, if you would need... Dear God, don't play a game on 240p. But if you would need that, I wonder if it can record its own stream in a 1080 to produce later.
A few things they didn't explain well were like, how's the controller's going to connect? I mean, because like, if you connect it directly to your computer, like I said, I would think it would need like a driver or something, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. To be able to at least receive the signals to know where it's sending.
Yeah, how's the computer know where to forward, like port forwarding?
Yeah.
That's an all network stuff. So how's the computer's getting a signal from a controller that it has? How does it know what to do with that signal? Unless
it's not, well,
unless it uses cookies from the browser, so it loads the drivers as a cookie. That might work.
Which then it wouldn't be downloadable and it's not hardware.
Then it's not hardware. It's just maybe it uses cookies then.
You poor porn watchers. Deleting all your cookies. You just lost everything.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
That would be that's an interesting idea, though. I hope if they don't do that, maybe they'll upgrade to that, something like that.
Yeah, use cookies, guys. Though.
Cookie a day keeps the porn watchers away.
What was it called? Stream sharing or something, where you can have like 5 screens on one TV or something. You have enough different screens on one TV. Like if you pull up 30 YouTube videos, it's still going to slow your computer down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you can pull up enough. So is there a limit, or is the limit just based on your computer? So if you have a really good gaming PC, can you have like 50 people playing on that computer? Like
with a building-sized projector.
Like that would be awesome, you know. If you
I can literally picture that now. You got a projector facing out the side of like an apartment building, and people are sitting at their windows playing Mario Kart on this corner of the screen where their apartment is. Please.
And it's on like one computer, like a GTX 1080 with a octa-core processor. So like you all get on one computer.
Yeah, it's just this little guy sitting down at the bottom. He's just like, this is all coming off my phone.
Probably worth getting in 4K at this point.
Oh yeah, 4K being modern and being, a lot of movies, a lot of games, YouTube, just streaming services in general are hitting 4K. And now with this being completely shareable and auto 4K, I think a 4K is probably a good direction to go if you can afford that now.
But I think they're around $600 for a decent one. If you're looking to get a new TV because it broke or you want to like get a bigger one, I'd look into 4K at this point. Any last thoughts? When is it coming out?
This year, you can't ask for much more than this year.
This year, that's pretty good.
even if they would have said December, like, I'm
thinking it's gonna be probably.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be end of the year.
November, September. But hey, I'll have money for that. I couldn't get it now. I mean,
no. Well, then we don't even know. We don't even know how it's gonna be priced, or how much the price will be.
I'm waiting for E3.
E3 will actually probably have a Google panel now.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
That just completely took over the gaming industry in 2 days. Stadia has completely overrun everything. It's just like, well, why would I care about a new game?
Like,
well, Microsoft doesn't know how to market anymore anyways, apparently. It's just like, why would I care about the information on this new game coming out when I have information on the complete archive of all gaming coming out this year. That's all they said. It was pretty much like, hey, you've been wanting to do this for 20 years? You can. You wanted to do this for 10 years? You can. You wanted to create games? You can. You can. You can. You can. They just told everyone, everything you want to do, you can do it.
And then the server crashes and we're all depressed.
Yeah. I guarantee you. Actually, no. I'm gonna make a bet right now that when Stadia releases, like when it completely releases, the first week of it, it will not crash. I'm going to go completely against the curve here and say that Stadia is not going to crash. So this has been Broforce5 reacting to the Stadia live stream update thing from the 19th of March. Man, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to change everything. I can't wait. You've already heard enough of our excitement about this. But yeah, this has been Bro3 and
Bro4.
Like and subscribe to our channel. Ding that bell if you want to see more from us. But yeah.
Hope you have a wonderful whatever it is right now. And, BFE out. Goodbye. This is our outro! Roll titles.
Roll titles? Are we just introducing the video? Roll credits. End scene.
Oh. Hey, that's actually not bad. That was a perfect, like...